One thing that you mentioned there was this idea of how you're cooling, and salt water and doing that is a great way. But also I noticed this, that you talk about palm cooling before exercising. And that was, I remember a study years ago, and I had to re-look it up because it was talking about extremity cooling for heat stress mitigation in the military. And it said hand cooling in cold water can accelerate body cooling from 0.4 to 1 degree Celsius in 10 minutes. So can you talk about, because you wrote about this and I found it really cool and I actually tried it the other day and I felt great during my workout, by the way, this idea of palm cooling prior to exercise and how that impacts performance in exercise itself?
Yeah, it's a great question. And sort of what WIN is all about is sort of getting ahead of the primary problem. So a lot of people talk about palm cooling during exercise, and that is great, but you can get ahead of the problem. You can actually pre-cool the body. And so really WIN goes into all those strategies on how to do that. One of the best ways to do this is to use water because it conducts heat and or cold 2 to 4 times better than air. So originally, a lot of people were trying to use these cold rooms to pre-cool the body, or they were telling people to go outside in cold temperatures, and it would take forever to cool the body down. And it wasn't super effective. But if you can do what's called either Palmer or glaber skin cooling, which is basically cooling the face, the palms of the hands, or the bottoms of the feet, they have special blood vessels called AVAs, arteriovenous anastomoses, which dilate really well, and they bypass the capillaries, pulling basically cold from the venous system right into the basic arterial system. So it cools the body extremely quickly, which is why, like, if you put your feet, just the bottom of your feet into a pool, your whole body feels colder, despite you're only cooling maybe 1% of your surface area. And that's because the AVAs are highly innervated and dense in those three. Well, even the ears too actually have some glaber skin as well, which makes a ton of sense. So if you can cool those areas prior to performance, you can have basically improvements of endurance of around 20%. So you can go basically 20% longer, either in the heat or in regular ambient temperatures. Whereas with salt preloading with salt and fluids and glycine, you can go anywhere from 25 to 50% longer.
I mean, these are amazing hacks to really get to that optimal performance, and something that you don't normally think of, right? Palm cooling and other ones, it's not really brought up. So I was really impressed to see that.